Welcome to the Alternative Products Podcast, the ultimate hub for counterculture enthusiasts and innovators. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, we've got you covered. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the world of alternative products together.
So here we are with another episode of the Alt Pro Podcast, Alt Pro Expo Podcast. We are here with Tyson of K Tropics. Tyson, what can you tell us about K Tropics, a little bit about your story and some of the products that you guys have?
Yeah, K Tropics has been around for about 3 years.
Okay.
We took the company over, it was a sell of another company. Originally started out, they had 3 SKUs. They kind of initially launched the brand.
Okay.
Friends of mine were selling his company. I liked the vibe, I liked the look, and said, hey, I'm gonna take this over. And next thing you know, let's just fast forward to 2 years later where we have over 50 SKUs now across the board.
Wow.
And, doing some big things, man.
So it went from three products?
Three SKUs.
3 SKUs, right? And to 50 now.
Yeah.
And how many shows do you guys do a year? Is this is this something new to you guys?
I feel like Johnny Cash, man.
Yes.
I've been everywhere, man.
Yes.
So we're on the road a lot.
So you're doing lots of trade shows.
That's right. And the cool thing is we've got such a great team that goes to every one of these shows. They're just fabulous, because I think in this day and age where there's so many different brands and so many different companies that pop up that give up opportunities to sales guys like, hey, come sell for this much, come sell for this. We've got a good loyal team that just decides like, hey, we're all in.
Right.
We want to build with you. And so they've been with me from day one. So I mean, we're hitting 2 to 4 shows a month probably on average.
Awesome. And you have a kind of wide variety of different products here. Can you tell me a little bit about your Kratom products and what makes it special?
Yeah, so K Tropics originally was from the nootropic side. Okay. Right? So that's what the original, we call it the OG, was a nootropic shot. And that's where the concept kind of was born. Okay. Once we got that, we stayed with the nootropics. We're into Kana and have a nootropic shot with the Kana. Okay. But then we've also branched out into Nano series, Pure series, which is just stuff that we manufacture in-house. Yep. Which, again, we're big on saying that we control the product from farm to finish. Yes. I think in this industry, it's very important that you're doing things by the book as best you can, because you want the end user to know that they're getting something pure, that's quality, clean, tastes good, and it's something that they can use. Okay.
And so when you're doing this, what kind of research are you guys doing? Is there anything that you have to really look at as far as legality and what markets you're going into, and that?
I think overall, no matter what business you're in, okay, you want to try to stay on the good side of the legal side.
Yes.
And so, I get it. People in this similar energy, or this similar space of category, you'll see a lot of people make some fast money. Yeah. Okay, but fast money is not good money. Right. And so, to me, longevity is good money. And part of longevity is spending that money for your legal counsel, spending that money to be part of the AKA, spending that money to make sure you go into these conferences to understand the changes, understand what's happened in the past, and understand what's happening going forward, to know that you're staying up with any kind of regulations, any kind of things that are going on. Because again, staying by the book is going to keep you there at the end. We're going to be one of the standing ones towards the end, versus a lot of these companies you'll see that pop up. They're here for 6 months, year, 2 years, and then they're gone. Right. And that's because of bad business practice.
Gotcha. And are there any markets that you're finding it to be kind of difficult to get into right now for some of your products?
There's obviously some states, right? And in those states, we just put red tape around it. We don't even mess around with it. It's just nothing that, if there's a gray area for us to even have to deal with it, we don't want to be a part of it. Yeah. So yeah, I think, but such is life and such is business, correct? Right? There's times to press it and push up against the limiter, and there's other times where you just say, look, it's not even worth it. Right. Right? There's a lot of opportunity in this space. There's a lot of growth in this space. And as you know, there's a lot of plants and a lot of things out there that people are now, because the space is getting so big, that people are finding out that, hey, people from the 15, 16, 1800s were using this stuff to put in tea, or using this stuff to put in their, roll it up and do whatever they're doing with it. Yeah. We're not creating anything new, we're just bringing it to market. So people are already doing this for a long time ago with many different things out there that a lot of us don't even know about right now.
Yes. Awesome. And you mentioned before that it started off with nootropics. That was the main go-to. for somebody that doesn't know, how would you explain nootropics to them?
So nootropics is more like vitamin based, more like if you hear people out there, and again, I'm not making claims, but you hear customers make claims of things that say like for more focus or for more energy, for more relaxation. That's what nootropics is geared and based towards, is ingredients and things that can do those similar effects.
Okay, and that's a change in how your brain is functioning, or is it just depending on, you know, it could be something that's affecting your body as well. It's not necessarily anything that's to do with the brain.
A lot more neurological for sure.
With the brain, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot more neurological. Yes.
Okay. And what else can you tell me about the products that you have here? I see there's some vapes. It looks like disposables, some nicotine. Do you have any THC products? Any CBD products?
So we're not in the CBD space or the THC space. We are in the nicotine space.
Okay.
We did come out with nicotine pouches. They're called Nic.
Okay.
So everything with our marketing is based around the green K.
Gotcha.
Right? So
Yep.
K Tropics is the green K. Nic is the green K.
Nic spelled KNIC.
KNIC.
There it is.
All right. We do have disposables.
Okay.
Cloud with the green K.
All right.
Right? So what it is just, it's about branding. All right. Marketing. I'm going to give everybody out there a free marketing and branding tip.
There you go.
Here it
Listen
is. Yeah. So inside of stores, think about this. Everybody knows Red Bull.
Yes.
If Red Bull right now decided they wanted to sell water and they put a Red Bull label around the water and called it Red Bull water, you know what a lot of people would buy? Red Bull water.
Right.
Why? Just because of the branding alone. So when we take up store space, when we're inside of the space, we've already seen it obviously in sales. So when we gain a customer who has a 30 store chain or a 100 store chain, and we're already moving a ton of the K Tropics, we can now put Nic in there and they just know that, hey, from the makers of K Tropics, here's a product, here's a nicotine pouch, and it's great. We focus, like I said, geared towards the end user, the customer.
Okay.
So flavor profile across the board, no matter what we're doing, is so important for us. Okay. We understand it from the gummy side. We understand it from the shot side. We understand it from, you know, the flavors when the disposables, all the way to the nicotine pouches, that if they like the flavor and if it works for what they're needing, they're going to come back and repurchase.
Okay, awesome. And how are you guys sourcing your kratom? Is there any specific things that you guys are doing different than other people, or what can you say on that?
Well, I can tell you that for sure what we're doing is making sure that the supply that we get, everything is lab tested.
Okay.
Everything. So when I talk about from farm to finish, like, we understand where it comes from. We understand when we get it that everything is lab, everything is accounted for, and we know what we have. Yeah. I am a big proponent of putting good product into the marketplace because there's so many people that don't. Right. And those people that don't understand that they're just shortening the life, not only for their business, but the rest of everybody else. There is good product and good initial starting, you know, the beginning product. There's so much good out there, but there's so much bad. Yeah. But the bad, guess what? They can buy for a cheap price. Yeah. But when you put that bad product out there, that's not what the end user needs or wants. You don't want that problem. And those people who run into those problems obviously are seeing what happens when you do that. And it's, you don't want to mess with anything like that. So we're a big part of the testing, making sure that everything we're doing is top notch.
Awesome. And speaking on the testing, is there? I see that some of the boxes say energy on them. What exactly do these products help? If they're helping people with certain things, and what can you speak on that?
So, like, take our Pink Lightning Lemonade, for instance. Okay, this is our energy shot. Now, in kratom, you can't make claims on your product. Now, we see a lot of people out there who do make claims. Yes. I'm not going to give them free coaching advice. They can pay for their counsel on that, but I'm going to tell you that you don't want to make claims.
Right.
But because of the relationship that we have and our background with a lot of people inside of our space, we made an energy shot that we can make claims on because of the ingredients that we put in there.
Okay.
So we have the exclusive contract with the company, and we put 2 ingredients inside of our energy shot. So if anybody's familiar with pre-workouts that people take and go to the gym,
yes.
Okay, we have teacrine and dynamine,
okay,
which are basically, they help lift the caffeine, which doesn't give you just a straight boost and then a fall. This basically, think about paragliders.
Gradually goes up.
Gradually goes up with no crash.
Okay.
But so you're gonna get a full 6 hours with no crash. So we've actually introduced something into the market that people can use and says exactly what it's going to do. And it's the first of its kind. And again, we've got all the clinicals that we can make the claim on it because of those ingredients.
Awesome. And this is a kratom shot.
Yes.
Kratom mixed with those other ingredients. Now, kratom has an effect of being more of a calming effect, or is there a different depending on what the kratom leaf, which kratom leaf you use?
So, it's and again, I don't need to go into what people think that happens with the kratom leaf. There's only one kratom leaf.
Okay.
Just so everybody knows.
It's just the aging of each.
It's the process.
Yes, yes.
So you know, if you just take a leaf off a tree.
Right.
Okay. When it comes off the tree, it's what? Green.
Right.
And then if it sits outside for a long time, it turns colors.
Correct.
Right. Because of it drying out.
Yes.
Same concept with the kratom leaf.
Gotcha.
Okay. So there's over 50 alkaloids in a kratom leaf. Okay. And those alkaloids have similar profiles to what caffeine would be, or similar profiles to relaxants, to other things that you might use. Okay, so they have similar profiles. So depending upon how many milligrams a person would take, that's what it's going to do for you. So naturally, if you take a little bit of kratom, it's naturally going to give you an energy boost because of the alkaloids in there.
Okay.
Okay. And depending upon how much you take, what those alkaloids will do, and again, it depends on the individual, because how they metabolize.
Right.
So what I take might not be the same for you. So again, that's why you don't make claims, because everybody is different on how they metabolize and what happens.
Right. It's kind of like your tolerance level on any kind of
on
THC
alcohol.
product. Yeah.
Well, how about on alcohol? I'd love to use that.
Yes,
Same
yes.
difference, right? I might take a shot and you might take a shot, and you and I might have two totally different effects.
100%.
Right?
Gotcha. And can you explain a little bit different of the different? Are there different names to the kratom leaf as they go through those processes? If I'm not mistaken, that like there's like a red vein, or I don't know if you could probably explain a little bit better than that.
Again, I take that back to the leaf drying out.
Yes.
So you have a green vein because it's green when it first comes off, but if it goes longer, then the color of that once it gets mashed up might be a red, or it might be more of a yellow, or it might be a white, and that just depends on how long it sits, right?
Yes.
But to me, again, think about the green leaf that falls off the tree. Do you think that has more of the natural nutrients in it than, and again, I'm not saying there's nutrients in a kratom leaf, I'm just giving an example of like a tree leaf. Do you think there's more than that than if it sat out for 2 weeks and it's crusted and sat out in the sun and it's crinkly and dried up? You be the judge.
Right. I got you. Awesome. And where are you guys located exactly? Do you guys have a physical location? Are you working solely online or solely to the stores?
Yeah, so we have a big call center and sales team, right?
Okay.
So not only are we just based out of making sure that we take care of all those customers, going to all the trade shows that we do have an online presence, of course, just like you should, because again, as we know, this day and age, everybody doesn't go inside of the store anymore. A lot of people just make that online purchase. And I think if you're going to be successful in business, you need to have that online presence. So yeah.
Absolutely. And you're direct to consumer as well as selling wholesale to the store.
Of course. Okay. Absolutely. And I think by doing both, we make sure that you have to be in a win-win scenario. Yes. So if you're selling to stores, you can't say, hey, retail this so-and-so for $24.99 and we can't be online selling it for $19.99, right?
Right.
You have to respect all levels and you have to try to police that, right? You do, because you might sell into stores, let's just say somewhere in Texas. You say, hey, here's our MAP pricing, don't go below this. But we may not be in Texas for 6 or 8 months. Well, pretty soon we get sales guys down there like, hey, dude, I thought you said we can't sell this cheaper for $19.99 and some stores selling it for $16.99, right? So you have to try to police this inside of a wild, wild west theme, because that's really what we have here, right?
Yes.
As you're a bigger company like Red Bull or Monster, they have that out there like, hey, unless we're doing a promo for you guys at a certain location or nationwide, you can't sell it for less than this.
Yeah.
Because that's the contractual agreement that we have. So I think as we grow and as you get bigger, more steps of that come into play. But yeah, we're very respectable with our consumers for the end user. But yeah, if you're gonna come direct, we might be able to give you 20% off if you buy X amount or things of that nature, because I also wanna take care of you. But we understand that stores are just as important, because you're dealing with the walk-in traffic and everybody's got to eat.
Yeah.
So the level playing field has to be fair for everybody.
100%. And you said your growth. How long did it take you guys to get from 3 UPCs to 50?
So part of the purchase was that we had clients already built in, right? So part of the purchase was, hey, here's people, here's distributors, here's stores, here's chains that are buying.
Yeah.
So once we knew that, and our connection that we were already in the space anyway, we were able to ramp up very quickly. Again, everything is knowledge-based. The more you know, the more people you know, the quicker you can grow.
Awesome. And as you're growing, you're getting to 50 was it UPCs?
Yep.
To 50 UPCs. What's the process for you guys on carrying all that inventory, and how has that changed? And what kind of
I mean, you have to
advice
be ready for ramp up, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, it all boils down to team. If you don't have a team that you can count on to make sure this keep taking care of the inventory, the shipping, I mean, the back end, the graphics, there's so much.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that into place, right? Everybody can build fast, but that's called the house of cards,
Yeah.
right? If you don't have a strong foundation, sure, you can build quick, but a little windstorm, okay? A little rainstorm, knock it all over.
Right.
So foundation meaning your team that you have surrounded by that can handle these projects and make sure that you get off on the right foot in the very initial beginning, that is as crucial as can be.
Awesome. Well, what else can you tell us about the product, about what you guys are doing? Anything else you want to share with the audience? And also, I believe you have G with us as well. I don't know if you want to introduce G and how does it help you to bring this emotional support, I would say, to the shows?
G, you can't see her on the camera. She's my mini golden doodle. G is our #1 salesman. Not even close. I mean, shout out to the sales guys. I'm sorry, but they already know. I mean,
Yes.
She is by far and away the #1 salesman because everybody want to come up and see the dog. Of course, that's a conversation starter, right? Then here we go.
Right.
She goes with me everywhere. She's the best thing ever. You know, at the end of the day, you're going to run across a lot of people in any space, any business that you're doing with. But I think how you vet who you're going to be doing business with is how good are they on follow-up? How good is their customer service? And are they telling the truth, right?
Right.
If you can't trust the person that you're doing business with and understand that it does me no good. When we come to these shows, I tell everybody, I'm like, look, man, you know, somebody walks up and says, give me your best price. I'm like, look, here's the thing. And I go back to alcohol a lot because, you know, a lot of people can relate. I'm like, if you want to go buy well drinks, then you can buy well drinks. We don't sell well. We sell a top shelf quality product, but it's got a name. It's a name brand. It's something you can trust.
Right.
So you already know you're getting a quality product pure, but I want them to trust me because the one-time deal does no good for anybody.
Right.
You buy it, you blow it out, does no good. So we want to make sure we're doing long-term business. You know that you're dealing with somebody who's respectful on both sides and understands the long game of doing business.
There you have it. This K Tropics. Is there anything else you'd like to share with before we get out of here? We really appreciate you guys for being on the podcast. It's been great. Where can they find you guys?
You can go to ktropics.com. Check us out there. Of course, check us out here at the show. If you guys are down here, we've actually we were in Florida, we were in Dallas, we're here, so we're going to all your guys' shows as well.
Awesome. We'll see you in Miami.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Awesome.
We'll
Miami.
be there.
Are you guys in Latin America at all? Have you ventured out into different markets internationally?
That's funny. That is next phase. I don't know what phase number that is, but that is next phase. Let's put it that way.
Well,
we're in talks.
Maybe we'll see you in Medellin as well in May. Thank you, Tyson. I really appreciate your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Yes. There we go. Okay. Awesome.
As the industry continues to evolve, so will we, bringing you the latest trends, innovations, and stories from the front lines. Don't forget to share this podcast with your friends, family, and industry peers to help us spread the word and continue to grow this community. Thank you for being a part of the Alternative Products Podcast.